Okay, so the thing we ended with was when Christopher Columbus found the first island of natives, he didn't find any gold and gems, so he was asking them where he could find them, and what did they say?
There's another island.
Yes. Now, just getting to the Americas, do you think Christopher Columbus knows how to navigate to this other island?
No.
So, what did he do?
Kidnap.
Yes, he's going to take some, you could say kidnap, you could say invite him on board, but either way he's going to take 4 natives and say, show me where that island is. Okay? So, you've been sailing around these islands for 3 weeks now. You need to add this to your ship's log. Just put 3 weeks. The search for gold has been largely unsuccessful. One native chief had given the captain a mask hammered from gold and set with beautiful stones. The captain was so excited you thought he might have had a heart attack. But when no more gold could be found in the chief's nearby village, the captain flew into a rage and insisted that the natives were hiding the gold. Tension is rising among the crew. Some crew members are just as frustrated as the captain because they thought the voyage would make them rich. But others believe that you should just take what you have and go home. So, you need to lower your crew's morale by 1 point, and then you have a decision to make. Should you keep looking for gold, or should you start the long voyage home? So, as a crew, you can listen to the dead members of your crew if you want to. Do you want to stay in the Americas and look for more gold, which you've been doing for 3 weeks, or do you want to go home? You guys decide, and when you know, tell me what you want to do. And remember, based on Wednesday, what kind of traders were the natives? When they traded?
Bad ones.
Okay, in what way were they bad traders? What do you mean by bad? Okay, so you could say they were stupid, or besides stupid, what else could you say they were, Tristan? They didn't know the value, or just they're really nice. Either way, they would make deals that the Spanish left, like, that's all you want for this? Okay. So that's my hint. Okay, you guys, what do you want to do? Look for more gold or go home?
Look for more gold.
I said if you have scurvy, you can eat more fruit.
But once you make it to land, scurvy's not a big deal. You can get supplies. You're already dead.
Let's stay home and get
Yeah, that's what I said, but they asked for my opinion. So we stay.
You want to stay? Okay, what do you guys want to do? Stay or go? Stay or go? Stay? You're both going to stay? Okay. So, since you decided to stay, here's what you need to do. Add a week to your ship's log, because you wanted to stay another week.
Guarantee we gotta spin.
So, supplies wouldn't be an issue, but what would be an issue if you're sailing in new waters? Navigation, exactly. Especially around islands where it's shallow. So you need to pick the 2 crew members who are still alive with the highest common sense spins, and you need to spin for their common
This
sense.
is a Portugal. No.
I'll take that.
It's a Portugal chart.
So figure out, of you 3, which 2 have the highest common sense
I
and
know it's
spin.
me. Ooh,
If it's a tie, just pick somebody.
oh, here's a Spanish charter. It's us.
Remember, the most dangerous place to sail is in shallow water. It's way more dangerous to sail in shallow water than out at sea. It's like driving. Where do most accidents happen when you're driving?
on ice.
Parking lots.
Yeah, but they're like, but it's not as bad, is it?
No, but there are way more accidents in parking lots than on the interstate.
We agree with that, because there's 254 crashes in salt.
You gotta get a fiver.
All on there.
That's because they don't know how to drive on ice. Okay, you need to spin and tell me if you pass or fail. That's good. So who else has a high common sense?
His luck is back, Mr. McConkey.
You have to get it for your lord?
Yep.
That's not gonna happen.
That's a
Six.
one. That's a one. That's a one.
Okay,
Yeah,
respin it.
No.
Yeah,
Here's,
see, that
listen,
would've been a
it's
six.
based on where this part is,
Yeah, it
okay?
was right there.
Okay, go again, go
That would
again.
have been a 6. He would have been all.
Again.
Okay,
I'm not even in it, but.
were you good? What's your common sense? Okay, so, because yours failed, you need to spin again and something bad is gonna happen, okay?
Oh.
They're all bad, so you spin and then we'll show you what it is. You guys are good?
Yes.
2? So, a groaning and horrible scraping sound is heard as the ship collides with the reef. Fortunately, a wave lifts the ship off the jagged coral and the ship is free. So, you need to choose an explorer to make a seamanship spin to stay clear of the reef. If you spin your seamanship number or lower, you sail on with minor damage. If your seamanship spin fails, then you have to find the underwater reef table and spin on that. So who's got the highest seamanship?
I have a 2.
I have 5.
Oh, yeah, that's probably.
Okay, so 5 or less. 6.
So,
Oh,
So find the underwater reef table. Find the underwater reef table.
Good luck today.
It's not in the.
It's on the staple together one?
No.
Oh, it's this one. It's this one. It's this one. Okay, spin again.
So get a 2 again.
Then he's going to have to do it all over again.
I know.
So now he spins again.
As I understand it.
2.
Okay, you're good. You're good. Okay, you guys didn't have to do that. So, what could have happened there is your ship could have gotten sunk and you would be stuck, marooned forever. And without that ship, there's no way you can get home, right? Okay. So, since you survived the reef, okay, you realize it's time to go home. So, if you decide to sail home now instead of staying to look for gold, you'll have to convince the captain and the crew that this is a good idea. Choose an explorer to make both a common sense and negotiation spin. One person, pick, they're going to have to spin for common sense and negotiation. So look at your chart and figure out who that should be in your crew.
So we have one person.
I got the same. It was backwards.
I have 2 negotiations.
Wait, you got 5 negotiations?
No, 3. And
Yeah.
then 5 common.
Okay, what do you got?
4 common sense, 2 negotiations.
So it's got to be one of you two.
I'll let you spin.
So it's a common sense and a negotiation?
Yeah, the same person. The same person.
What is this one award? We don't need it.
You're going to have to write your personal log from today, so you might want to pay attention.
So what am I trying to spin? A low number?
3 and a 5.
Equal to or lower than your number.
Okay, now you need to do one for 3.
Yes.
So the next one's got to be,
Lower than 5.
okay.
All in.
Half.
1.
Good?
That's both of them.
Okay. So, the captain agrees to turn the ship and head for home. However, because the crew is against the idea of going home now, lower your morale by another point. Because, you know, they thought this whole idea was we'll get here, we'll get rich, then we'll get home. Just like Christopher Columbus, if you haven't figured this out, this is like 95% based on his experiences in 1492. They didn't find much gold. Okay, so they'd be disappointed to go home without that. So, the captain has decided that it's time to turn the ship toward the rising sun and sail for home. The very sound of the word home makes your heart swell as you think of how wonderful it'll feel to see your friends and families again. At the same time, however, you still remember how difficult the voyage was to get here. The journey back will be just as dangerous, yet there's one big difference between the voyage here and the voyage home. You know it can be done. You've been so wrapped up in the business of putting out to sea again that a tearful sob nearly startles you. You look over to see one of the proud Taino Indians stretching his hands toward the receding, beautiful islands, his home. The captain has decided to take several of the natives back with you to prove that you have really been to the New World. He claims that he is doing it for the Taino's own good as well, explaining that now they will learn civilized ways and civilized religions. So, the journey home has raised the crew's spirits. Even those who wanted to stay and look for gold are excited at the prospect of seeing home again. Raise your crew's morale by 1 point. To ensure a safe and uneventful voyage home, each group must make 4 successful supply and navigation checks. For every one you fail, you add a week to the journey home. So you need to pick whoever has your highest common sense is going to have to spin 4 times. If you fail, you have to go to the supply chart and spin for something bad. Whoever has your highest seamanship has to spin 4 times. If you fail on any of those, you go to the navigation chart.
So if I roll all times, right?
Mm-hmm.
All 4.
While you're doing that, Christopher Columbus took 6 Native Americans with him on his trip back to Spain, but only 4 survived the voyage.
So I failed 1.
So just keep going until you figure out how many you fail.
So if it's equal to.
That's good. So find your chart. You need to spin twice on your. Is he supplies or navigation?
Common sense.
So supplies. Who's your navigation person? You?
Me.
Okay. Have him. He's going to have to spin twice on here. This is going to have to go into your personal log. Bad things are going to happen.
So what? Okay, I'm ready.
So Kane's going to have to spin.
So,
Fishing bad.
hey, are we finally going back out to sea yet?
Yes. So how about you spin your 4 times? Figure out how many you fail, and then you can both go.
Well,
Alright, I did my punishment.
Okay, did you tell them what it was so they could put it in their log?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Bad fishing and what else?
Lower the morale.
And our
Due to what?
rations.
Oh, because you're running out of food?
Did I have any, like, wife and children?
No. Okay, so you got to find the supply chart, and he's got to spin twice.
I didn't have a
Gotta
wife.
spin
and-
twice.
You tell them what happens, and then you guys put it in your personal log.
But I have to get less than.
There is no good option.
There's no good option.
Hopefully, I don't.
Just don't get a 2.
3.
Hard biscuits are rock hard, and little weevils are crawling in them. Due to poor quality of food, lower the crew's morale by 1 point. Make this adjustment in the ship's log. Poor food quality causes more mutinies.
Beat the
than
what?
any other trip on.
Sure.
Wait,
Who-
so do
so
I
who-
spin another time?
Yeah, so who has your ship's log? Miss Isle, you got it?
Yeah.
So go -1 morale because of weevils in the biscuits. Spin again.
Oh, God. Weevil.
Yeah, bugs.
Oh.
What'd you get?
6.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's going to be the worst
crew
one.
is weak and sleep. Oh my gosh.
Why are you
Nice
spinning?
job.
You've gotten like 4 bad.
Lower
We're gonna die.
everyone's health by 1 point
Due to what?
due to poor rations and everyone's crew.
I'm
The
weak
crew is
and sleepy.
malnourished.
Is anybody going to die from that?
we're just barely left, too.
Look at your personal log and see what your health
Everyone
is.
must
You don't
spin a
spin
number
anymore,
equal
you're
to or
gonna kill
lower
us
than
all.
their new health number.
Yes, I hope you all die before you get there.
Thank you.
Wait, do we have to
TJ's
go another
lonely
6
and-
weeks back?
Well, we're going to see, yeah.
My strength is 3.
So you have to...
Oh my gosh.
Tyler going to die?
I have 2.
Oh, no.
Now, listen, you have to do what it says right here.
So everyone must spin a number equal to or lower than their new health number. So after you subtract 1, now you have to
So
spin.
now I have 3 health?
You lost 1. What were you at before? 4?
Well, I had 5 the first day, and then you said.
You lost because they all got diseases while you were gone.
So 3?
You should be at 3. Now you all have to spin 3 or lower, or what happens?
If the person fails to spin, he must make a spin on the disease table. No.
Okay, you 3 have to go
I'm
again.
not going first. I'm getting my luck back.
So you got to get a 3 or lower.
I have to get a 2 or lower.
We're all spinning for our health.
Did you get?
He failed 1 and then he rolled 1 and it says you just have to avoid the disease.
2.
There's a possibility that they're gonna die. That's what I'm rooting for.
This guy makes me look tiny.
We're okay.
We're safe.
Okay.
I look like Tristan.
As long as you put the details of whatever that was in your
Here we go,
personal log.
guys. I'm gonna spin. I'm gonna die right here.
No, I'm
If I get
watching my
lower than a
wrestling.
2,
You better keep track of your personal log.
I
I
get
am.
disease
Because
too.
you're going to be able to put in there, I hope they all get diseases.
No! I gotta spin on the disease table.
So just
I hope.
everybody spin your one and then do the diseases next.
I have to get a 3 or lower.
3 or lower.
Now, what caused these diseases, Tyler?
His
People
best
ever
spinning.
walk around
Hard
with-
biscuits.
Poor, no, this was the other one.
This is malnourished.
Join.
You lucky.
Because when your rations are low,
I hope you get a
your
disease.
immune
I hope
system
you
is
get
down.
scurvy.
Yeah, I hope you do for this.
I hope you get dysentery.
Dang it!
So you're the only one who got a disease?
Yeah, I'm the only one who got spin on the disease table. Here we go.
And you have a
I have typhus.
and dysentery
No, only typhus.
and dysentery.
So what do you have to do?
They
I
are
gotta subtract
all
9 health points.
So you're down to 2?
I'm down to 1.
nutrition.
And don't you have to do something with the doctor?
Yeah.
And
I'm the doctor now.
So, here's what happens.
hey, how come you gonna just be the
Additional health
doctor?
points,
'Cause
the
you're
risk
dead.
scorer in your group must spend an equal number or lower than his medical expertise.
So what's your-
If the spin fails, you lose 1 health point.
What's your medical expertise,
I think he has a
Misael?
4.
So you got anything but a 5 or a 6 or else Tyler's dead.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, there we go.
You're the one with the money. If you lose all your money, I'm keeping it.
No, if I lose all my money, it's going in my casket, and we're both being shipped out to sea. Oh,
Lucky.
Nah, it's scary.
Okay, so what can you put in your personal log about Tyler?
He's malnutrition.
Malnourished.
Malnourished.
Due to what?
Due to typhus.
No, low
Dysentery.
rations.
I got
Like
Due
everybody's
to-
daily meals got smaller, and Tyler
Due
got dysentery.
rations, and now
you got dysentery.
Tyler has
Where can I plug in this?
dysentery
Yeah.
Sure, just don't trip me.
with his.
Okay, so it sounds like their trip back was more eventful than yours. So just as a reminder, Columbus took 6 Indians back with him, and 2 of them died on the way as proof that he found the New World. Okay? So, all your life you've wanted nothing more than to leave behind the old world and discover a new world. But seeing the coastline of Europe on the horizon, you now feel overwhelmed with joy at the sight of your own land. As your ship makes its way into port, you can see that the entire town has filled the docks to watch your ship's return. Children run along the shore, waving as your ship passes. As your ship finally makes its way to the dockside, you set foot once again on dry land, knowing that your experience has changed you forever. Okay, so now obviously just getting home wouldn't be the end, but everybody but TJ survived. In 4th period, 1 entire crew died before they ever got to the Americas. And then another crew, I think, has lost 2 out of 4 members have died before they got there. So I'd say you guys did about average as a class. Now, part of it is luck, but it was interesting because the one ship
Had some pretty bad luck.
whose entire crew died, the really bad luck thing that happened was the doctor got sick and died.
wasn't that Derek?
Yes, and that's the worst person to have get sick, because then the one guy who knows how to treat those things,
Or
Is
just
dead.
not have a doctor in the first place, you know.
yeah, then you're all going to get sick and die.
That's what we did.
So, it's been several weeks since you returned from your voyage of exploration and discovery.
Died. I didn't die.
People still stop you on the street. TJ, be quiet. People still stop you on the street to ask you about the wonderful and mysterious things you saw. However, an urgent request has arrived from the same royal court that provided you with the charter. The king has asked that you write a letter to the royal geographer and cartographer so that the story of your journey can be added to the court library. You have to not only describe what you saw when you reached the New World, but to write about your journey across the Atlantic. In addition to the facts about your adventure, the king also wants to know your feelings and thoughts about exploration and sailing into the unknown. He explains that what you write today will become the history that students will be reading tomorrow. So the last thing you need to put on there, the Spanish court who gave you that charter for your ship wants to know, what was your trip like? What was the New World like? And what's your advice for future explorers? Now that we know this New World exists, it's going to open up a whole new can of worms. So what advice do you have for him? Okay, you guys, it would be the same thing but for the Portuguese. Okay? So, We're going to write that. I have some thinking music.
So we have to what, man?
Okay, 3 things. What's the new world like? Because you're the only ones who have ever seen it and come back to tell about it. What was the trip there and back like? And what advice do you have for him on future maritime exploration? Like, should we get a whole new school to train explorers and really focus on this? Or do you think, we didn't get a lot of gold, so I don't know if it's worth all the money and effort to get there, especially when people are dying. So the king's asking you, since you've been there, what's your advice for me on future voyages and journeys?
And we just write that in the last episode.
You can just put that on the bottom. Okay? So when you're done with that, in Canvas, we're going to turn in your ship's log and your personal log, and then you are good to go.